Well, welcome back to Woodworking Skills for Everyone. I'm Jason, and today we're going to be showing you bent wood lamination. By we, I mean me. I'm even going to show you a very simple way for you to try at home and become a pro at bending the wood. Let's get started. Now, there are so many different methods of bent wood lamination, and today I'm just going to show you one of the easiest ones that I've found. What you're looking at is a coffee table that I built using bent wood lamination. Now let's take a look at what you will need to do this in your shop. What's your favorite woodworking skill? Meet me in the comment section down below and we'll talk about it. Now first, you will need some kind of form to bend the wood onto. We will get to that later. Next, either a jigsaw or a bandsaw to cut and erect the form. A heavy-duty ratchet strap, and you can get these bad boys pretty much anywhere. And some wood glue. And finally, a table saw. I used a table saw to cut down 16th-inch strips of walnut. The thinner you can cut them, the better they will bend. And now to the form. Okay, pause it real quick. Let's go meteorologist style up on here. Now, this is a form. I'm going to be making a whole video on this form and how to make a form, but I'm just going to give it to you really quick in a nutshell. What we got here is just particle board, available pretty much anywhere. I cut a hole into the particle board. You'll see why I did that very shortly. So what I did was I made this form out of particle board, cut it with a jigsaw into approximately the shape that I was looking for. I wrapped it in some cork. Cork's available at like Michael's, Hobby Lobby, you name it. I then put painter's tape over the cork to protect it from the glue that's going to squeeze out when we start forming. Now let's get to forming. Here is our 1/16 of an inch thick strips of walnut. Look at those beauties. Now I always like to test bend the wood by hand onto the form, just to make sure there isn't too much tension and that the wood will bend accordingly. Perfect. Next, I set up the ratchet strap onto the form so it's ready to receive the wood strips. I now glue up the walnut strips and start stacking them together. Be sure to spread the glue as much as possible. I now place the glued walnut pieces onto the form and underneath the strap. Position it exactly where I want it and then start ratcheting. Now I use a clamp to help secure any spot that looks like it needs more pressure.
Hence the hole in the form.
So next, I sand one side with 80 grit sandpaper to get rid of any glue that's squeezed out. This will give me a nice square side to final size with my table saw. Just be careful when running a curved piece through the saw and keep it flat on the table and firmly against that fence. Well, here's the final piece we just made, and here's the final table that's what I'm going to actually show. Well, here's the final piece that we made. Look at that. Pretty dang cool. And here's the table that I built. It's pretty awesome, right? Not too shabby. Right here I used a bunch of cool stuff like, what was it? Purple heart, maple, walnut, a lot of fun stuff. And this bad boy's for sale. Bet you it'd look good in your house. Who wants a coffee table? Hit me up in an email. We'll talk about it. And as always, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, tell your friends and neighbors, share the video. It's fun.